In this demo, we're going to show you how to install a double pole 30 amp circuit breaker in your home's electrical panel. You'll need to do this if you're adding a new circuit for a large appliance that runs on 240 volts. This is a job that requires advanced electrical knowledge. You may want to hire a licensed electrician if this is unfamiliar territory for you. The first thing to do is to turn off the main circuit breaker inside the panel and unscrew your panel cover. The main breaker shuts off power to all the branch circuits in your panel. But power is still running in the utility service cables, and power is also running where they connect to the main breaker in the service lugs. Our lugs are covered with electrical tape so you can't see them, but they're hot. Never ever touch the service cables or the lugs when you're working inside your panel. It's a good idea to confirm power is off before touching anything in your panel. Use a multimeter or a non-contact voltage tester to check hot wires or any exposed area of either hot bus bar. The tester should not pick up voltage from anything in the panel. Our multimeter is showing less than 1 volt, so we know the power is off. Now we'll prep our circuit wires. Remove a knockout on your box so you can feed in your new circuit cable. We're using cable with 10 gauge wire, which is standard for a 30 amp circuit. Okay, slice open the cable jacket with a utility knife to expose the individual wires. Be careful here not to cut the insulation on any of the wires. Here you see the bare copper wire, that's our ground. The white wire is our neutral, and the red and black, those are our hot wires. Once your wire is stripped, slide this little plastic knockout clip over your cable and snap it to your box so it secures the cable. Now let's trim, strip, and connect the wires. You bend the white neutral wire and slide it into the terminal slot on the neutral bus bar. It has to be an open slot. In other words, you can't put 2 wires under the same terminal. The ground wire slides in and gets secured into the ground bus bar in the exact same way. Okay, now for the hot wires. There's a little strip gauge on my circuit breaker that tells us how much of the wire insulation to remove. This looks about right. So we'll slip in the red hot wire into one terminal and the black into the other and tighten each screw. You want to get these really tight so there's no chance of these coming loose. Once it's wired up, it's time to install the breaker. Always make sure your breaker is compatible with your panel. Most breakers have tabs on the outer bottom corner and slots on the inner corner. You hook the tabs into the outside of the bus bar. Then you pivot the breaker towards the center, and the slots fit onto these knife blades on the bus bar. Push the breaker down and it snaps right into place. Make sure it's flush with all the other breakers and not sticking out. The last step is to remove 2 panel twist outs for the new breaker and replace the front cover. Once the cover is on, you can turn on the main breaker to restore power to your panel. But don't turn on the new 240 volt breaker until everything on its circuit is ready for use. So, after your appliance is installed, then you can switch on the new breaker to energize the circuit.